keys to being married. That's my feel.
Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters, and most honored guests, today I'd like to share with you 4 simple keys to become just a little bit happier in your life. These are things that I've noticed. I mean, I've read a number of books, I've read a number of things, but these are 4 things that I found will really help you to be happier. Number 1, we'll discuss appreciating. 2, giving. 3, having direction and moving forward in your life. It's very important to move forward. And 4, probably one of the hardest of all, stop judging other people or other things. So the first item we'll talk about is appreciating. So appreciating everything in your life. Now you think to yourself, geez, I have a lot of stuff, and everything is working fine, so you just ignore all that and you focus on those couple little problems. Well, my father-in-law is a perfect example of somebody who really appreciates his life. He owns a small house on the Passaic River, very small. I mean, probably no bigger than this room. It's right up against the river. Probably floods every 5 years. Has a beautiful tomato garden, probably about 70 plants. Incredibly generous with his money. Has a lot more money than maybe would appear. Takes his family all the time out to dinner. Takes them on cruises. Takes them and does a lot of fun things. And I think when you think of somebody like that, is he really looks and appreciates his family, appreciates the really important things in his life. I'll give you an example. He takes us to dinner, and he's wearing a $3 suit. And when I mean a $3 suit, he goes to a garage sale, and he gets most of his clothes this way. And he goes into this restaurant. It's a fine restaurant, and they know him by name. He's been going there for 30 years. And he's so proud of this tight-fitting suit. But the reason why he's the most proud, though, is because he actually has his family with him. They know him and they love him. And I'll tell you, when you think of it that way, focus on those things in your life. Focus on the most important things in your life. Yeah, and he also finds happiness from the simplest things, even eating a clam or an oyster. I mean, the guy it's just everything makes him happy. A cup of coffee. The second item is giving. So it's always nice to give money or to give your time. When you think of giving money, I think of George Steinbrenner. I think of somebody, Donald Trump, and they give a lot of money. And this is critical, obviously. We can't do anything about money. Time as well. You could go to a shelter. You can do all types of things with your time. You could be, washing dishes in a soup kitchen. I've done that before. Certain things, and you can use your time. But I'm talking about a little different giving. Something a little bit different. And that giving is giving somebody a kind word and making a habit of doing it. Because I'll tell you, when you just give money or you give your time, I think that's really great, but it's about a kind word, which really makes a difference. And if you do this every single day, a kind word, a compliment, I gotta tell you, if that becomes a habit, you will not believe. You'll be a giving person and you won't even realize it. Years ago, I was on a highway driving 65 miles an hour, and I'm looking right at a car right in front of me. And I'm driving along, and all of a sudden I realized I couldn't move at all. So, next thing you know, I wake up in an embankment in the trees, and I open my eyes, and there's this woman there. And she's holding my hand at that moment. She's just reassuring me that everything's going to be okay. She's telling me that, it's going to be fine, you're okay, your car's not so okay. And you think about that and you say to yourself, well, that's her job. She was an EMS worker. But that was her job. But if you really think about that, I mean, the impact of her just holding my hand and telling me that, and I remember that to this day. You can really, there's a certain passion to that, and there's a certain giving to that really money or time can't even buy. The third item is having direction in your life. So look at Toastmasters. Look what Toastmasters offers you. It offers you a direction to learn how to speak well, do speeches, to learn how to become comfortable. I tell you, it's a group. It's so exciting that you just want to do your next speech, or you should want to do your next speech because the satisfaction is really incredible. And that's having direction. Now you could do a speech a year, you could do a speech a month, you could do a speech a week. And whichever way you choose to do it, fast or slow, it's just progress. As long as your life moves on an upward, it doesn't have to shoot up like this. You got your whole life. Just have it move up gradually. Not only does it improve your life and make you happier, but it makes all those around you happier. Your family, your friends. Actually, it just starts to become contagious. I also say with direction, I'd say even trying new things, like on Saturday, just for fun. Well, I shouldn't say just for fun because I got a guitar for Christmas. Now, I was told when I was a child, I am not musical. I was. Douglas, he's just not musical. He just isn't musical. And so, you know what I said? I said, I don't believe it. 43 years later. I'm 43 years old. But 43 years later. So I said to myself, so real quick, so 11:30, I was going through town, I just saw this music store. And I walked into the music store and I said, you know what, I think I want a guitar lesson. And he looks at me and said, what are you talking about? So I said, well, you got any guitar lessons today? 1:30. So this past Saturday, 1:30, I took a guitar lesson, first guitar lesson of my life. Amazing. So sometimes when you have a direction and you try something new, it'll add a little bit of happiness to you. The last thing I want to talk about is judging people. If you stop judging people, I can't tell you how much this will improve your life. I take the New Jersey Transit bus every day. And one day I'm sitting on the bus, it's a very crowded bus, but I have no one sitting next to me. And this man all of a sudden gets on the bus, this very, very large man. But he wasn't just large, he was extremely large. And I say that with the utmost in respect. And I'm like, no, please, no. I can barely take it when somebody just touches my knee with their coat. Anyway, the gentleman's name was Jason. He sat next to me. I was like pressed up against the window like this. But we had the most incredible conversation. He went to MIT in his life, did a lot of things, told me about how his wife passed away and how certain things were going on in his life. And I just realized that, I shouldn't have judged him. So to sum it up, appreciation, giving, having direction, and stopping judging. If you do these 4 things, I guarantee you'll be a happier person. Thank you very much.